Now, ladies and gentlemen, the big story that we are tracking this hour may have direct impact on Karnataka, where, according to sources, the Congress central leadership has thrown its weight behind DK Shivakumar as the battle for the Chief Minister's chair in Karnataka reaches a crucial juncture. In a bid to ease the transition, the incumbent Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has reportedly been offered a Rajya Sabha seat and urged to transition into a prominent national role based out of Delhi. Sources indicate that Siddaramaiah has asked for time to look at the offer. Siddaramaiah is said to have already discussed the matter with his inner circle. Sources say that Siddaramaiah will not contest the decision of the High Command and will initiate transition. Now, the major breakthrough follows a marathon 6-hour meeting in the capital, after which the party attempted to downplay any talk of a leadership coup. Emerging from the discussion, General Secretary KC Vedugopal gave a brief statement insisting that the talks were strictly confined to the upcoming Rajya Sabha and the MLC election strategies, warning the press against reading anything further into the sit-down. The factional feud has been a constant headache for the Congress High Command ever since the party swept to victory in the 2023 Assembly elections. Shivakumar's camp has fiercely maintained that a rotating chief ministerialship was explicitly promised by the Delhi when he agreed to take the number 2 spot on the understanding that he would take the reins after 2.5 years. Siddaramaiah, conversely, spent months dug in, arguing that changing horses midstream would completely derail state governance. My colleague Sneha Koshi is joining me right now to get us more details. Well, Sneha, our Congress sources are telling the channel that Siddaramaiah is all set to make way for a new chief minister. Now, whether at all it's going to be DK Shivakumar, given his popularity and the following, or could it be somebody that Siddaramaiah has recommended, is one aspect of it. But why is this the need of the hour for the Congress party in Karnataka?
Well, Samia, I think one thing is largely clear, and that is it is going to be DK Shivakumar. There are no two options on this. It is going to be DK Shivakumar. DK Shivakumar is set to be the next chief minister. Siddaramaiah is going to step down as the chief minister of Karnataka, and this comes after the top brass, the Congress leadership, has very categorically put all their weight behind DK Shivakumar. So this is going to happen. What is, Samya, possibly now to be looked into, how is this going to happen? So the breakfast meeting tomorrow is something that's going to be critical. In fact, DKS is still in Delhi and he's likely to fly out tomorrow, is what we are learning at this point. So the breakfast meeting is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be idli and mutton again on the menu. That was the last time when they had a breakfast together. It was idli and mutton. For the peace talks. The aftertaste did not linger very long, matter of few weeks, and the whole tussle game started all over again. But this time there seems to be the Congress top leadership moving in very strongly, very vehemently, and seems to be extremely decisively. You're also going to have Surjewala as well present for the breakfast meeting, along with some other top leaders as well. So this is going to be interesting, Samya. Possibly Congress top leadership now finally taking the line. And what's being told to Siddaramaiah is you have to look beyond Karnataka, you have to look at the national picture. And this is one thing that, you know, increasingly emerged even as Kerala went to elections and the Congress-led UDF really swept the elections for what it was. There was this whole leadership tussle that happened even there with the frontline contenders. And one example that was given to Rahul Gandhi repeatedly, to the Congress leadership repeatedly, was don't do another mistake like you've done in Karnataka. So I think that has strong bearings as well. Congress now looking in, making some strong decisions. What has now surfaced is Siddaramaiah is set to meet the governor tomorrow. The breakfast meeting is going to happen. The resignation is likely on cards. DK Shivakumar is set to be the next chief minister. Siddaramaiah will be stepping down. Again, the only question mark that remains is what route will Siddaramaiah agree to make his exit? Will it be the Rajya Sabha? That's also something that is that has to be watched out for, Samya.
But Sneha, you know, this is not the first time around there has been a demand like this before the Congress High Command. We saw something similar happening in Chhattisgarh per se, where T.S. Singhdio wanted to be the rotational chief minister. A similar commitment was made to him when Bhupesh Baghel had taken over the mantle as a chief minister when Congress came to power in Chhattisgarh. Even in Rajasthan, Sachin Pilot was touted to be the chief minister post 2.5 years of Gehlot's term as a chief minister in Rajasthan, not forgetting how Sachin Pilot worked as the PCC chief in Rajasthan to resurrect the party. But the Congress party decided not to yield to those demands. They decided to stick in with the stalwarts like Bhupesh Baghel and Ashok Gehlot. Congress seems to have changed their mind when it came to Punjab, and we saw what happened over there when Captain Amrinder Singh was removed as the chief minister and Channi was made the chief minister that time. What is the need right now for the Congress party? How have they decided to bring about this change? Are they testing waters? Do they want to experiment? Is this going to be conducive for the Congress party at the state level ahead of the election year?
Samia, two things to this. One, if you're bringing in what happened with Rajasthan, with what happened with Sachin Pilot, that may not really work well when you compare it to Karnataka, because in Karnataka, it's not just the game of MLAs. In Karnataka, it's also the very strong Vokaliga and the Lingayat groups that are at play as well. So while a lot has been spoken about the Lingayats, the Lingayat group backing BJP, the BJP top brass, BJP top leaders, the Vokaligas have put their weight behind DKS. Now, that's going to be very, very crucial, because these two groups are possibly the power makers, the power breakers, and have very, very strong play. That being one part of it. And so you have the Vokaligas putting their weight behind DK Shivakumar, and that becomes a very important play. You have the elections that are coming in. Congress realizes anti-incumbency is going to be a big challenge. And DK Shivakumar is also not just about being an organizational man. He's also a man with a whole lot of money, a whole lot of election rigmarole has been running on the ground with DKS's backing. And that's also been the reality of elections after elections, that Congress has managed to contest at the level that they have in Karnataka. So all these things together gives a very different picture for Karnataka vis-a-vis other states that you mentioned. And I think especially with the way the MLAs have played their power play with these groups, including the Vokaliga and the Lingayats, touting for their respective leaders, is also perhaps one of the very crucial, decisive factors that's emerged as well.